Hey everybody, Coach Carroll here, and I'm doing a spur of the moment, almost emergency video for you here because I saw something so cool that I just said I've got to make a video showing this to my customers. Now, what you have here is this crazy looking contraption, and what it's doing on a tennis court. You may ask, what is this thing doing here, right? It's a little weird looking. It's just some wood sitting in the service box of a tennis court. Well, a friend of mine likes to practice on his own. He likes to practice by himself. He likes no distractions. He's a real intense guy. He's passionate about his improvement and his game. And he had this crazy looking contraption. So I asked him, I said, what in the world is this for? And he told me, and there's several uses. Okay, so we're here with our crazy looking contraption, and it's on the other side of the court, inside the service box, slightly angled toward me, and there's a very good reason for that. There's a couple things that my friend was trying to accomplish by putting this thing here and getting this constructed. And what he was trying to accomplish was this. There was two things. First, he was having a hard time getting his serve into an exact spot on the court, okay? Pinpointing his serve. So this tool, if he doesn't hit the serve into the court and in, it's not going to bounce first and get the ball back over. Getting the ball back over is the second part, because let's say he hits that great serve in and he forces that weak return. What now? Well, he's got a short ball coming to him, and he was having a hard time marrying up the good serve plus attacking the short weak return. He was missing some shots. He wasn't really getting enough chances to practice the situation which he really desired, which was a nice serve in and then hitting a weak return, having his opponent hit a weak return that he could then put away. This tool solves both those problems for him by forcing him to get the ball in first and bounce into the court, okay, which would then cause the ball to come up weak, which he could then put away. So he was able to practice both aspects of the game that he was trying to work on with just constructing this one tool. And I'm going to show you how this works here. I'm going to slide over here into the ad court, and I'm going to hit some serves in, and then I'm going to demonstrate how this whole thing works as far as the serve the ball hitting the ground first, coming up off the backboard, and then I'm going to put away the short ball. Okay, so we'll show you how that works here. Okay, so that's just one way. And you can actually hit to the forehand, the backhand, and get the ball to come different places on the court based on where you hit the ball, the serve, and how you angle the board. So you can get them coming cross court, down the line like that one, etc. It's all up to you. Okay? Now you'll notice I had a couple little steps afterward, but I obeyed that law of being in position, right? Still at contact. This is a great tool. Let's hit a couple more. Okay? So this is a tool that can allow you to develop not only your serve and volley game, but your serve and attack game where you're getting a ball that you're not expecting from your opponent, where that ball is coming in off your serve and it's just a weak return. So it's allowing you to practice two different aspects of your game just by serving at it, which is your serve placement and what are you going to do with the short ball once he does get it back. Okay? Let's do one more. Okay? Again, it appears I ran through that volley, but in all reality, when I hit it, I was stopped, and my forward momentum brings me to the court. okay? So there's a few little shots. Outstanding tool. Let's take a little break here and look just how this thing's made and how you can make one for yourself. And I'll work into some of the elements about why it was made, the size it's made, and some more of the purposes of it. Okay, first, this is a 4x8 sheet of plywood, but it's cut down to 3x8, okay? So the height is cut down for a very specific reason, and that's because if you're actually hitting the ball too short, you'll hit up here with the bounce, and it'll actually feed you back a ball that wouldn't have come back that slow, okay? If you're bouncing over this thing, compared to where you have it at, depending on where you have it at in relation to the box, you're probably hitting a meatball that's going to get shoved right down your throat, okay? So we keep it at 3 feet. It's a good height. It'll catch a lot of the balls that are nice and deep that would keep your opponent off balance, and it's still going to get the ball back for you, okay? And it's just wide enough so that you can pinpoint certain areas of the box that you want to hit it in. If you want to hit and work on backhands, you can slide this over, and we'll talk a little bit more about the construction of this in a second. But you can put this where you want and position it. It's on cool little rollers here to angle back certain things. If you want your opponent's serving from the ad court and you want your opponent's approach or return to come down your forehand side, or if you're a lefty, your backhand side, you can angle it that way, okay? Okay, I told you I was going to show you one more real cool drill with this little tool, and I'm going to show you how this works. When I was working with my juniors, the first thing I wanted them to do, and it wasn't with these balls, it was with some foam balls, but the first thing I wanted them to do was just learn how to find the ball and feel it up against the wall. And I had them use a continental grip, and they would do stuff like this, and these were with little foam balls, okay? And watch my feet here. You'll notice that the racket's not moving. I'm keeping the racket out in front, and I'm just sort of stepping into the ball, right? Okay? So if you got something like this, and it's just a wall, obviously you could use any high school wall. But the other thing is for this. As you do that drill, this thought popped into my head, so I thought this would be good for this. That's why I'm showing you this. Is as you do that drill, you're going to get a lot of volleys, and you're going to get a lot of half volleys, where you get the ball bouncing on the ground, and then you hit it, okay? And I think this is a great tool for teaching being in position on a half volley, the first law of tennis success, which is in your course materials, that states that we need to be into position to take the ball in our wheelhouse, approximately waist level between our knees and chest. Okay, this little guy will wear you out doing that, because you're going to keep your racket out in front, and you're going to let the ball bounce first before you hit it. So you're going to be using your legs, and you can back up, and you can get the feeling. Notice that I hop because I'm trying to constantly stay in position, but I'm not trying to hit a really high ball. And this will wear your legs out quicker than anything, but it will keep you in position to keep the appropriate chest out, back in, squat position here to use your legs in an efficient manner to hit half volleys, okay? And you'll notice that my feet are what's doing all the work there, okay? My feet are doing all the work. And in a half volley, that's what does the work. It's the feet, okay? So just a little addendum there to this. You can do a ton of stuff with this thing, okay? If you wanted to do the practice thing, like I was talking before about catching the ball in your racket, come here, catch the ball in your racket, bounce it, catch the ball in your racket, rest it, bounce it, catch the ball in your racket. Again, anything you can do to increase the feel between you and the ball is a good thing. Okay, one last thing I want to let you know is you can take one of these and build them. Now you're going, Coach Carroll, I don't have my own tennis court at home, which a majority of people don't, and I ain't lugging this thing, heavy thing, to the public park, which you're not going to be able to do. You got a horse trailer or something. So here's what you do. You talk to the local high school, you ask them permission. Look, I'm going to make this training tool for your tennis team. I'm going to have it built at my expense. And I'm going to take this, and I just want permission to leave it at the high school so that I can use it, and then your tennis teams, boys, girls, whatever, has the opportunity to use this tool whenever they want. I just want it there so I can use it. Do you think that the tennis coach would think that was cool or really cool? I think he thinks it would be really cool. If you can't afford the materials and you don't know anything about it, you hire it out, and if you can't afford it, you ask the wood shop, hey, Mr. Woodshop guy, I got a great project for your guys, okay? It'll cost you minimal material since you get them at wholesale. The wood shop guys will learn how to make something cool. The tennis team gets something cool. And the whole community, like me, thinks you're really cool for putting it out there for everybody. So it's win-win-win, okay? So just an idea for you. We'll get up here with some dimensions and the materials you need to make something like this, and then you can move forward with your plan from there. I've got my handy-dandy Stanley Powerlock 30-foot tape measure here, so they get a free plug. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to measure this for you so you can see what kind of materials you want to get to put something like this together. If you saw in the last video I mentioned, you know, the kids at the high school, local high school, at the workshop, some creative ways to get done what you need to get done. So the excuses parts, you know, this is no BS. The excuses go away. We find a way to get done what we need to get done. Okay, so let me measure this for you so that you can take one step closer to getting done the work you need to get done. This is 96 inches, 8 feet. And I think here we're looking at, yep, 36 inches, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this around and show you a couple little other things here so you can do the math here. You can take notes and write this stuff down. Okay, from here to here, obviously from here up to the top is also going to be 36 inches. But we've got two separate pieces of wood here. So this first piece here is going to be, he's got this at 32.5 inches. Okay, so you'll want to write that down. And this bottom piece here, obviously, is 3.5 inches. Okay, so 32.5, 3.5, we get 36, which matches what he got ripped. Now, you can actually, you don't have to buy the 4x8 lumber and then go get a saw and cut it at home. A lot of these big box stores, you just tell them, I want to take this 4x8. They charge you $1 or something or whatever it is, and they'll rip it into a 3x8. Okay. So you get that done for you. And then same thing here. You just tell them, look, I need 4x4s. These 4x4s actually measure 3.5 inches, but they're called 4x4s. So when you go to the lumber store, that's what you want. And you tell them you need one 4x4 at 32.5 inches. So you need 2 of those. You need a 4x4 that's going to be 36 inches. That's what this one is. 36 inches right here, I believe. Yeah, 36 inches. So 2.5 inches, 2 36-inch 4x4s, and I'm going to spin this around here so you can write your parts list down here, and you're seeing all the angles of exactly how this is constructed. You come back to this video and watch it and see how this is made, okay? And let's see here. We went 96 inches across here. So this is actually going to be, I bet you if I do some math and I'm smarting myself up, I'm betting you, since these are 3.5, 7 from 96, I'm betting you this is 89 inches, but we're going to find out. Okay, 89 inches for this one. So it's going to be, let's see, 7 feet 5 inches for this one here, okay? And let's look a little bit at the distances for these. I would actually, this is what I'm going to tell you, an extra thing here. These are 48, so these are 4 feet here. Again, these longer ones are going to be 96 inches, 8 feet. And so you got 2 of these 4-footers, these 48 inches, and then one 96 inches. Now the other thing you want to do, and what I would do, because this gets kind of, it leans forward a little bit, you want to get an extra 4x4 here and make it 96 inches as well and put it right here. I would replace this one with a 4x4 and slide it up so that you got a heavier back so it doesn't want to tip. So you got a strong base there. I'm going to flip this up now for you and show you these casters. All this is, these are just caster wheels here. And they've come, you want to get the ones, they have some that have 2 screws or 3. You want to get the wheels that spin all the way around, and they've got 4 holes for screws. Okay? Some other parts you're going to need, you're going to want to brace these bottoms. And again, you can find these at any Menards, Lowe's, Meijer, Home Depot. And these actually have holes in them. Okay? These little brackets, these are just braces. You can find them, and you can talk to the local hardware guy and find out what size screw you need for these holes, because I honestly don't know what size these are, but these are just drywall screws. They're Phillips, And you can get them probably a 2-inch to 2.5-inch length would be just fine for getting through there. You don't want to be drilling all the way through. You know, you don't want a 6-inch screw for that or anything like that. And these here are 6 inches long, and you got one on each side. So there's 2 of those, okay? And then let's see how many L brackets we got. We'll count them here. We've got 1, 2, 3 to hold that together. 4, 5, 6. 6 L brackets. We've got over here 2 of these 6-inch brackets, these steel brackets that are just straight, and that's 4. So 6 L brackets and 4 of those. Excuse me. Yeah, 4 of those straight brackets, and then anything underneath here. Whoops. Yeah, 6 of these straight brackets here that you can use at an angle. So 2 for the bottom there on those brackets, and then 2 on each side here for support. And that's all your parts and pieces, guys. You can count how many casters we have here. I think it's 1, 2. Let's see here. So we get the number. You see how many are down there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that's it. And you get this thing built, or you have the shop guys build it. You can get a list of parts and supplies here for the local high school. If they're willing to work with between them and the perhaps the shop department at the school to get this built, and it's win-win. You just do this with the stipulation that it's your idea, and you're allowed to come by any time and use this for the serve and volley drills and the serve and short ball return drills. I think if you're a tennis coach out there, you'd be nuts not to have this available to your students so that they can come on their own time, especially your doubles players. They can come at their own time and utilize this tool. You can actually have a doubles team utilize this, where you've got the doubles player serving, right? And they can angle it so that their serve comes back to the person in the service box, the doubles partner, and they can put the ball away. Okay? Be creative. Whatever you got to do to get the result you want, that's what's important. And this is just one more way for me to show you and help you out to get closer to achieving your goals on the tennis court. So anyway, I was glad I was able to put this together for you. And take action, get it done, and we'll talk soon.